Coming to something else here, but I'm from Rwanda. It's not far from here. I'm a stand-up comedian, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, the next.
Oh, sorry. My name is Phronesis, and I'm from the West. I'm from West Africa, from Nigeria. Yeah, that's it. I'm a comedian, and then we're here to just have fun in Nairobi, basically. Yeah.
The young brother of Burna Boy.
Niaje. Mimi nimetoka TZ. Naitwa Joseph Nalini. Yeah. Ni mcheshi. Stand up comedian.
Yes, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see you all. And by the name is Dr. Hilary Okello. I'm a stand-up comedian from Uganda. Yeah, and you know Uganda, with Swahili, we are not very good. But, Asante sana.
I was once told that in Uganda, if you hear someone speaking Swahili, it's either a soldier,
a police officer,
and the last one.
or is your landlord.
The other one is a prostitute.
Where do you do this research?
Oh my goodness. Poleni, we can start or continue. Sure, I had to invite my friend Mitch. We've grown together from scratch, and Nasra from Kenya. The celebrities who will be coming over, I just talk about the ones who have confirmed. So I can just mention them, a few. I don't need so many celebrities in my show. It's a show that I just want my good audience to come and have fun. I think Garden Angel will be coming with his sweetheart. I also think Bahati will be in the house. Major Okonko is coming through. Akodhe anakuja, by the way. Churchill himself will be there, but as an audience and as a bazoo now. He's not coming there to host. Sasa yeye anatuachia kidogo tumchekeshe. Just a few, but to mention.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Maybe a question to Daktari. Why comedy and you have a profession?
Oh, you're very concerned. No, I still practice. But then, I find art cannot survive without science, and science cannot survive without art. So I feel it's a good mix. You know how they say laughter is the what?
Medicine.
Is the best medicine. So I'm like the ambassador.
No, you are the whole pharmacy.
So I think it's a good thing to make people laugh, to make people happy, but also at the same time to improve our medical systems in East Africa. So yes, It's just trying to find a balance of art and science.
A question to MC Tricky.
Yes.
Circuit. Why circuit? And how long will it take to have the show?
Good question. Circuit, I derived that name from my engineering classes. A circuit, but everybody knows about a circuit. A simple circuit is made up of components which are put together, and at the end of the day we have power. So for me, a circuit is in two dimensions. Number one, these are different components from different phases of the world or else of the continent, and we are coming together and we will be connected through laughter to produce some power or else to shed some light. That is the deep meaning of the circuit. Again, circuit also has that factor of this not happening once. I will host these guys today. Tomorrow, the circuit is moving to somewhere else. So next we'll be here and announcing that we are all going to Tanzania, Arusha, with Nalimi hosting us. Next, we move to Rwanda. Jafet will host us. Next, we go to Nigeria. Phronesis will be hosting us. So this is a group of guys who are sharing a common dream. And we are coming together to have this happen time and again, not just once.
I'm Tricky.
Yes, sir.
My name is Chief from Flag TV.
Thank you so much.
This question. I'm pretty sure at the event you're going to have a red carpet.
Yes.
And of course, your audience will be expecting you to walk in with somebody special, somebody like your better half, maybe to flavor up the event. So do you expect her to be shown today?
I will be introducing my wife officially today.
It's not me, no.
LGBTQ.
Why is he looking at you?
I knew, but I'm doing my wife.
Because I'm scared of Nigerian men. You can't. Nigerian men in Nairobi, we know you guys. We don't introduce our girlfriens near Nigerian men. I don't know.
They live in churches.
Yeah? Officially after the show, there will be a very big cake cutting session and we'll be celebrating this dream. And at that moment, if you miss the show, you'll miss everything. And you'll never see her anywhere because we want to record this for everybody. Just live.
So you
stage.
just show her and then you hide her?
Yes, I'm backstage.
Maybe I'll get her number. Okay.
Yes.
And is she Kenyan?
And I'm serious, by the way, because I should get married this year.
Is she from Kenya?
She's Kenyan, but she looks like a Rwandese. Yes.
Unajua wewe ni mcheshi sana.
Asante.
Na una talanta.
Asante.
Na utakubaliana nami, niacha yako na ukiwa Churchill Show.
Ukweli.
Na umeanzisha hii hafla yako kikundi chako.
Yes.
So utakuwa perform bado Churchill Show.
Very good question. Churchill Show happens frequently, like weekly or monthly. I will be very much on stage. On Churchill Show, I will be rehearsing for the specials because this tricky comedy circuit will be happening quarterly in a year, the way we have planned it. So comedy is just like wine, they say. The more you be on stage, the finer you get. Yeah.
See,
Yes, sir.
you mentioned that to introduce your girlfriend.
So my wife, my friend, not girlfriend.
Your wife.
I have so many girlfriends, but today is my wife.
Maybe you can tell us if we should expect Rubaby here. And
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, Rubaby is coming through the show. Yeah, she will be around. Najua your question. Nimeikaunt kabla afikie question.
Is she one of your girlfriends?
Don't worry, come to the show, you'll know. Yes.
This is Martin Dina.
Yes, Martin.
And you just mentioned the people that will be coming, maybe celebrities and fellow comedians. But there is this one person called El Comondi, the president of comedy. You haven't heard of you, maybe mentioned him. Maybe you can tell us more about the relation.
Why should I mention him? This show is about MC Tricky and Tricky Comedy Circuit. This is not Eric Comedy Circuit, so I don't know. I don't have any reason to mention him unless you have an issue that you want me to. Oh yeah, I've invited all my fellow comedians in Kenya and they are all coming through. That one is for my fellow comedians. They always come. It's like obvious they will come.
Do you feel like he's the president of comedy, mate?
No, I don't feel so.
Why?
Because in comedy there is no president. You are as good as your last performance. I might be the president today, and this guy becomes the president the next hour.
And you know Ugandans, we don't leave.
Oh, by the way. Once you be a president, the president will do that. Comedy is not like politics that you get votes and you be president. No, comedy is everybody's a president at their own time on stage. Even an upcoming comedian can be a president.
Okay, just to add up on that question.
Yes.
We know probably since, I'm pretty sure you are also inviting Mary Komoni to the show.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, whenever he shows up at a particular place, there must be protocol, legions for security, security dogs here and there. I've been able to provide all that for Mary Komoni.
Provide what?
Security dogs. Security dogs.
No. This is not a Sarakasi show. There is no room for that nonsense. This is a tricky comedy circuit. And let me tell you something. That's something that we are working on. We want to sanitize this industry, comedy industry. We want to provide content. Just content, nothing else. I know this, what do you call it?
Showbiz.
Mutandao. Showbiz is very important. But I think content is most important. So for me, I'm not for any showbiz. I don't need dogs in my show for my show to happen. I just need content. You understand? Because I know this content, once I package it well, it will sell even 5 years later. But I do some showbiz today. I bring a pregnant girl on stage. It will just elapse in 2 weeks. So I always fight for content, and that's what I'm working on.
You just mentioned that you'll be introducing your wife today.
Yes.
And maybe what has kept you, maybe what has kept you maybe waiting for the introduction for this long time?
Sijamweka kando, nimekuwa na mademu wengi, so nimekuwa nikijaribu kufikiria demu gani. So you have to take time. Huwezi tu kimbilia mtu. Marriage is a serious craft. Si eti ni kitu ya kukimbilia. Are you married?
Not really.
Unaona sasa.
And this trick is actually,
yes.
Maybe you can tell us how long maybe will it be taking, or is it a long time plan, or it is only for the year?
It's long term. We have already explained that. It's happening, and not only in Kenya. The only thing which will be changing is the word tricky. I just had tricky there because I'm the host here. So the next circuit will have another title and it will be happening. So it's a long-term dream.
Now, about coming up with the tricky circuit comedy.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us the main challenge you faced maybe in planning the tricky circuit show, and also how much maybe you spend.
Of course, you have already answered yourself. The main challenge is that how much I have spent. That is the main challenge, of course, of having such a big gig like this. It's always the capital to run everything. Doing an event is very expensive. In fact, it's very expensive. So I can't quantify the amount of money, but if you interview me after the show tomorrow, I'll be having a figure. But so far, millions have been spent.
Maybe, Mr. Tricky, I'm Walter. Maybe if I may ask you, how long did it maybe take you to organize all this event?
Oh, very good question. I think I started, when you're coming up with something like this, you have stages or phases. You have to start with the getting the whole idea being born, and then trying to pull strings slowly by slowly. You can't just organize all these things in 1 week. You have to take time. So I can say this idea was born a long time ago, but pole too, pole. Then now the actualization started, I can say, December last year. That's when now I made the decision of I will be holding it 31st of March. That's when I started preparing for this show.
I have a question for Jeff. So we've not had so many comedians from Rwanda. Why is that? Do we have comedy shows in Rwanda? Maybe you can tell us much about that.
Thank you. I don't know, because maybe I think here, but here you've had Arthur. Arthur has been here.
Yes, Arthur has been around there.
Has been here, but I think Rwanda is we are one of the smallest countries. I think we are now.
No, you are the smallest, not one of.
No, there are others.
Like?
What about Burundi? Maybe the other countries which are in the same class with us.
Rwanda is the smallest.
We are there.
Let's move on.
The president is aware of our names. All of us.
He knows all.
He has a roll call.
I think
like
they have a WhatsApp group. They have a WhatsApp.
Japhet has left.
So the reason why I think it is just like this, I can call it a revolutionary movement.
When you leave the country.
Because that's why I've come out. Because you sometimes sit and say that you have maybe dominated, you have done a lot of things in your country. But at the end of the day, I don't think that you can sit and feel good when you are maybe posting your content and you see it is only Kenyans who are watching it. You need also to see that, sometimes maybe on your monetizations you check, you say, are they watching? Where are they watching? You feel like you're progressing.
Sure.
So back to my content now. That's what I thought about, and I was like, yes, we have one or two who are going in other countries, but there is some other comedians, because Rwanda before, we are a very nice country, to the point we are colonized with two countries. And from there, French dominated. And as of this country, I think you guys are not a French country, like you are more of English. So we have other comedians who go to France and other countries where French is the main language. So to Kenyan issue now, we are all aware that Kenya is the best country when it comes to comedy. This is my dream coming true. That's why I'm telling everyone watching, as I'm not going to be joking with this, with my jokes, I will joke, but not joking with the jokes, you know. So I've come out just to do this. That's why I'm here. I've been to Nigeria. I will go to other places. I'm the first one. Maybe next time you can see another comedian from Rwanda. But now I want to hold the flag and show people that this is possible. And I know that after today's event, you're going to be the one stamping on it.
Wow.
So these are things that are led by the spirit thing. Like we feel like you have to do this. We are more committed than even if comes one or millions, we are still committed. So to the point that I can't really explain why. It's just time, maybe. Yeah.
Kigali is very clean. Comparing with Nairobi, how
yeah, we are clean. In our pockets, we are clean. We are clean everywhere.
Your pockets are also clean.
Yeah, we are clean. Our bank accounts clean. Everything clean. And
that is funny.
Kenya, you guys have advanced. You guys have now. You've gone a little bit far. And
even in the map. Yeah.
And here you can remember that Rwanda, we have faced one of the tragedy. You guys are aware about genocide happening in Rwanda. It is not a civil war. It's a genocide against the Tutsi that happened in 1994. So this left the country in ashes. The government started to build from the scratch. Today, what Rwanda is doing is just trying to define itself again. We are trying to define ourselves again, from building from scratch every single field of life. So we started with, let's say, the human capital. Because we are an unlocked country, we are just investing in skills. You see, I'm a comedian, I'm a radio presenter at Rwanda Broadcasting Agency. I have done this, I have mastered, I have to do comedy, I do ABCD, just to set like some examples that my young generation, they are going to be like, we can do this and that. So from there, Kigali is clean, as you said, because that's all we have. We sell services, we sell customer care, hospitality. The guy can confirm.
Oh, sure.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, Kigali is very clean. Yeah.
For you can't confirm anything. So, and I think that's all I can say. But we are now committed enough. We are going far. Thank you.
Okay, this is Channel 77. Yeah, a question to our Nigerian.
Is it an Adventist?
Yes.
7 channel.
That's the name of the channel, not your church.
I thought it's a church. 7 Adventist.
No. Yeah, the question goes to our Nigerian brother. You said you've been going around to Watamu and all over Kenya.
Looking for nothing.
Yeah, for 9 days, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what are you expecting tonight in terms of the show? And also, any joke that you come up with that you can make us laugh as a warm-up as we prepare for the show? Just as here.
You're asking for too much. Hold your horses, my darling. Yes, you know, the ability of, I believe, which, you know, I've been having tea with some of my brothers here, and I realized something. You know, every unique comedian has the ability to create a joke on the spot. And then with, you know, us speaking, we've been laughing and having a chit chat, you know. So it's impossible for me to have moved around everywhere from, you know, Watamu to Malindi, you know, coming back to Mombasa, then back to Nairobi. I was using the SGR all through. I love to explore, you know. You know, so there have been a lot of jokes here and there, you know, people I've met. You know, so you're going to hear some of them, but not now. What was the question again?
Yeah, what are you expecting tonight?
Oh, okay. We forget a lot in Nigeria, sorry. Tonight, I haven't been to the venue yet. We're going for a sound check, I mean, after all of this. And I've checked out the venue online, and it has a comedy feel. You know, there are venues that are hostile to comedy shows. There are venues that, you know, once you get on stage, you know that this venue is embracing to comedy. You know, from what I saw on pictures and videos, I think it's a very beautiful venue, you know, and I'm expecting to be, I love to laugh a lot, not just entertain. I love to sit and get blown away by multicultural jokes from my brother from Tanzania and Dr. Hilary from Uganda and Japheth from Rwanda, and then Tricky. I've been watching Tricky's videos online as well. So I just love to hear things that are different from where I'm coming from, you know, from our old presidents. Anyways, moving on to what, you know, so
Talking about president, the question goes to Tricky.
Yes.
Now, what's your take about our current state of the country? Do you think if this continues, you're going to go to the state that Rwanda was in 1994, the genocide?
Of course, no one wishes for that. I don't think if we can get there, things will be solved. I'm very optimistic. Things will.
Baba?
Why are you asking me political affiliations here? Unataka watu wote wa serikali wakose kuja show. No, I am apolitical. Okay. I don't want to side myself. But what is happening is the fact is that Kenyans are going through a hard time. That one I have to acknowledge. But I am sure something will be done very soon. I'm very sure.
All right.
Yeah, my name is Joyla from Power Media. My question is, before I say my question, I am so happy about all this.
Wow.
Because it's something huge. Yeah. So my question is, what is the future of Chiki Circuit? Like, do we expect like international standard comedians in the circuit too? Or?
We already have the international comedians, but I know your question is the real dream of that. I dream that one day I'll be able to stage a show in South Africa and fill an arena of guys who know MCA Tricky and just come to my show and I perform a special comedy night. That is the ultimate dream. And this is where we start. I have to start home. My fans from day one, out on Tatumia, they come and we move slowly towards that dream. Yeah.
For any normal Kenyans, we assume maybe you'd call these from Kenya, you'd call these famous, should I say, comedians to your stage. But you decided to call him to your stage. Like, what is it that you considered when you like put him into the circuit?
Who is him? I have a name.
Oh, Mitch. Oh, she's talking about.
Talk to him direct.
Talk to
Don't go
direct.
through the hymns.
He owns a chihuahua, so respect him. Yes.
I'm already a dog.
You're the chihuahua.
Yeah, he has a chihuahua, but it sleeps angry just like him.
My chihuahua knows problems that are facing the country.
The dog is protected.
Why I chose Mitch? Mitch is part of my journey in terms of let him speak for himself. Tell them why I chose you.
Bonus first, huh?
Amen.
Well, we've been together since day one. We've seen the growth. We've trusted the process. You know, we've stumbled, fell, got up. You know, one more time, dust it out, and then moving. So this is one of the dreams that coming up, we thought of having. And since he had the muscles and he trusted in it, and he felt like it's about time that it happened, and he thought of let him be the brainchild of it. And I was like, bro, I got you. Let's do this. And that's why we're here.
All right, thank you. So this question goes to MC Tricky still, eh? Tricky, away from this, eh?
Nalimi will answer this on my behalf, eh?
Away from this. You have mentioned.
Oh, away from this.
Yeah, away from this.
Where do you want
We
us
should
to
go
go
then.
about? Uh-huh.
So you have mentioned earlier on that Kobe is not going to attend your event.
Yes.
So maybe also we saw that she bought a very expensive gown, right?
I saw that. She's preparing for some wedding.
Yes. So my question is, what is your reaction? I mean, maybe what is your reaction on that?
I think I will be the MC on that wedding. So I'm so much happy that I got another client. So I'm just happy for her. And I don't know how you want me to react on that, but...
It's an expensive gown, very expensive. Cost of living is high,
700K. Hey, call police. Oh, gown imekula unga ya... But unajua hiyo ni maisha yake jameni. Umeelewa? Hiyo ni maisha yake. Si pia wewe kuna vitu tamu unakula peke yako. So hiyo ni life yake. Huwezi ingilia what somebody is having. Ati unaivalue na mambo ingine ya unga. So it's her life. Let her enjoy.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from you. Be audible.
Yes.
And I'm representing clothes. So
You're representing?
clothes. I'm having two questions.
Clothes.
Clothes.
Oh.
Yes, I'm having two questions.
Yes.
What inspired this circuit, and what are you aiming at from this whole journey that you're going to have, apart from just having the tours?
I think the biggest inspiration I'm getting, or else I have, is I believe that there must be growth in anything that you're doing. I don't believe in stagnating in anything, whether in school, whether in anything. So I just asked myself several questions on MC Tuki has been in the country making people laugh for more than 6 years. What next? The what next question is what led us to where we are now. So I can say that's the inspiration. I am also looking forward to being a global brand. Why not? Others have done it, and they've started as low as where we are now. So why dream big? It's better you say I tried rather than regret I didn't try. That's the biggest inspiration. Yeah.
So, a question to
Joseph Nalimi.
Yes.
From Bongo.
From Bongo and
Yes.
Jafet. Maybe you can answer however you
Like a choir, yes. Anybody speak? Just
collaborate, right?
Just collaborate.
But remember, you're going to be much concerned.
So, comedy is art and you can make jokes about anything. You guys get pressure to talk about real issues like the issues of the genocide, the issues of the LGBTQ. Do you guys get the pressure to make comedy about all that?
Very nice question.
No, let him go first. He's a smaller country.
Yeah, smaller country.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
So thank you. That's a very good question. So, comedy to me, comedy is an art. This is the, I can define it maybe like it is a kind of art that has a happy ending. Like at the end of the day, people have to be happy and laugh.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, now it is art that fetches from the culture. And a cultural element that we're talking about now is this comedy that I'm doing. But everyone, it's not only even, this is not applied to me alone. I think this is what everyone should be doing. Like making sure that you're not compromising with anything. Like to me, I can never dare even think of a joke related to genocide. Because I don't know if you guys understand what this means. Like having over 1 million people killed in less than 100 days. This was a tragedy that happened to the poor. We have countless orphans. We have seen things that are hard to explain. So from there, that's why from 7th of every April, there's a commemoration week that goes for the whole week, like from 7th of April to 14th, then we start again. But that starts 100 days of remembrance. So from there, this is the history that is very bad, but it is ours. We have to face it, but by facing it, we change ourselves to be good. So those people who have been killed, that where they are, they be happy that those few who stayed back, they are doing a great job. So to me, in Rwanda you have freedom of speech. You can talk whatever you want, but at the end of the day, to my side, whenever I'm creating a joke, what comes into my mind is that what am I trying to mean at the end of the day?
Oh, sure.
After me, will I sit when I will not be invited at 3 or other shows and watch and tell my kids that, that was, like, if he or she asks me that, why? Why did you talk about that? You made people laugh. Then. So by making people laugh, we should be having a kind of, even if it's 10%, maybe 10%, but you're communicating, you're giving something.
Okay.
That's the content we talked about. If I come and put like everything off, people can laugh by seeing maybe my belly and what. But at the end of the day, what am I really trying to communicate?
True.
So that's why by respecting comedy and making sure that comedy makes me also respected, it is doing it but in line. I truly understand what the country went through, so I cannot. And that's why it is just a room that is there to learn from. Whenever we are remembering what happened, it's just to get back to our senses and think that we still have a long journey to go. So to my side, by answering your question, I cannot. That's why I'm telling you guys, whenever you're talking about genocide happening in Rwanda, last time I was in Nigeria, this guy asked me, Traffic, how was the other civil war? I said, no, it's not a civil war. Yeah, it's a genocide against the Tutsi that happened in Rwanda in 1994. So I challenge you guys to come and visit. It's free, you just come and visit. Thank you.
Well,
Tanzania kuna kitu ya kunyia hamjaipata kitu mbaya.
Tulipigana vita na Uganda.
Oh, unataka ongelee? Pia wewe bro.
Yeah, what?
About yourself, about the
Is that a joke is funny, but not everyone. So what my brother here might find funny, it might be offensive to the other. So the art of stand-up is to find a way of trading that line and making both parties happy. So it's very important as a comedian to read your audience, to read the culture, read the values, and then do jokes that align to that. So for me, that is how I work it out. So there are jokes you'll do in Kenya, but you won't do them in the US. All the jokes we'll do in the US concerning racism and the like, but they will not work in Uganda. We have all comedians who have come to Uganda and they are very funny. They're on Netflix. But in Uganda, they were shooting them with photos. Why? Because they are cursing on stage. You know, they're using the F word and all these words, and Ugandans are like, this one thinks we don't. This one. And they chase you from stage. So it's important to tread that line carefully and to read the audience. That is all I have to say. Ugandans. We don't have that. We can protest on stage.
All right, I believe to the end of our press, just to add maybe one question to our international stand-up comedians. Where do you see the future of African stand-up comedians? Do we have to go to America to make it?
Very good question. Who will take that for us? Starting from the starting from. Huh?
No, start from Uganda, yeah.
Yeah, guy, your economy is
Uganda, we just walked in.
Where do you see the future of African comedians as a big, as a continent?
I feel African comedy has been on the map for a long time now. You know, like take for example Michael Blackson, who is from Ghana, but he's doing very well in the United States. He's telling African stories, you know, and of course we know the big dog now, Trevor. Trevor is doing very well in the international scene, and then from Nigeria as well we have Basketball, you know, who's also putting Nigeria on the map, you know. And then I think I also know Salvador. I know quite a number of comedians, you know. So I think Africa as a whole, you know, has a very, very strong and bright future in stand-up comedy in the world, not just in Africa. There are so many comedians that you might not know. I dig a lot. I do a lot of research, and I just go on my Google and you see some comedians who are big. They're like big in Australia. They are big and they're Africans. You know, there's I knew about Dalisa Chaponda from Malawi. You know, there are a lot. There is a hunger for African content. You know, because a lot of people think outside Africa. A lot of people think that you're from Africa, so you should have the spare. You know, they don't think we drive Range Rovers in Africa. They just think it's just, you know, just there. You know, so but by the time we start talking about Range Rover, like, you guys ride Range Rover? I thought you guys ride camels. you know. So we don't tell the American stories. We tell African stories. I tell story from the city of Lagos. You know, I tell story from my small community in Nigeria, you know, which is what makes us unique. You know, I can't go telling you about New York City, you know, I don't know about New York, I've never been there, you know, so there's a serious demand. Oh, you have been there from online. Okay. You know, so the Africa, I mean, look at what we're doing, and then we hope to expand, you know, go to other African countries, and then we now say, you know what, We've done Africa. I think the Europeans and the Americans, they need to feel what Africa sounds and looks like, and then we start to take it to the world. So
Like to add on that one, I think it's a high time now. What you're saying is good because at the end of the day, when you check on the whole, like all comedians trending on Netflix and other platforms, many of them were going left. Sure. Yeah.
like Gina Yashere,
And that gives us, let's see, like why now Nigerian music is taking over the whole world. Chris Brown is doing a remix of Mona Lisa and he's excited. Yeah. Before you couldn't even expect that. Sure. So I expected to be from the hardworking, and even he's talking about telling our own stories. Comedy as a cultural element, it is good when you're telling your stories. And are we aware of our stories for the first time? That's why we have to read, you have to get to know. That's like tricky. It's always my job. Okay, get that I have a joke about Betty. You know Betty, yeah?
He knows Betty Chalo.
I know many people
You're
here.
telling me about Betty Chalo.
I'll be using whips. Yeah?
You don't skip it too.
I know many people here. Yeah. So that's why we need to know what if you are aware what is happening in Kenya, you can't be good when you're going to Kenya. If you come to Rwanda, at least now you know few. You can just search and see it's a country of 1,000 hills. Did we count them? We are not even sure. Stuff like that. You get to know what happens in Africa. So from there, that collective work that all comedians have as an assignment, that's what will put us on the globe scene. I think it is even happening now. Because now in my country, they are writing about the ethics comedy circuit. In Uganda, they are doing so. Why? I'm here, Dr. Harry is here, Nigerians are talking about it after elections. Even if they are not, the election happened. It was something that went bloom. Like I was there. Election. So you were elected. And what does it say? I wanted to end on the point that it is up to us here and others who are not yet here, but maybe those the big guys up and the one who are like the younger generations, just to make sure that we maximize on our stories. Thank you.
Well, ameongea kitu kimoja hapo, naongeza tu na ametoa mfano rahisi tu wa Nigerian music and Afrobeat ilivyo take over. Binafsi naona I can say it's like dunia imeamua kusikiliza this time. Africans wametaka kuwa Waafrika, wamekubali Waafrika wao. Tofauti na zamani, nowadays unaweza kuona playlist yote, 20 songs maybe, zote ni from Africa. Hicho kitu 10 years akikuwepo, unaelewa. So it's like tumejikubali and the world iko tayari kutusikiliza. I think tuko kwenye sehemu sahihi mno. And mimi nawaambia kitu kimoja, hii platform ambayo Trick leo anaifanya inaweza
I can't go telling you about New York City. I don't know about New York. I've never been there. So there's a serious demand.
Even us who has been there.
Oh, you have been there from online. Okay.
I think I get your point.
Africa. I mean, look at what we're doing, and then we hope to expand. Go to other African countries, and then we now say, you know what? We've done Africa. I think the Europeans and the Americans, they need to feel what Africa sounds and looks like, and then we start to take it to the world. So.
Cool. Like to add on that one, I think it's a high time now. What you're saying is good because at the end of the day, when you check on the whole, like all comedians trending on Netflix and the other platforms, many of them were born in Africa.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like Gina Yashere.
And that gives us, let's see, like why now Nigerian music is taking over the whole world. Chris Brown is doing a remix on Mona Lisa and he's super excited.
Yeah.
Before you couldn't even expect that.
Yeah, sure.
So I expected to be from hardworking, and even he's talking about telling our own stories. Comedy as a cultural element, it is good when you're telling your stories. And are we aware of our stories for the first time now? That's why we have to read, you have to get to know. That's not tricky. But where is my joke? Okay, get back to you. About I have a joke about Betty. You know Betty here?
He knows Betty Chalo.
I know many people.
He's been
here.
telling me about Betty Chalo.
I'll be using whips.
He knows Kibe too.
I know many people here. Yeah. So like, you know, like that's why like we need to know what like if you are aware what is happening in Kenya, you can't be good when you're going to Kenya. Sure. If you come to Rwanda, at least now you know few. You can just search and see. It's a country of 1,000 hills. Did we count them? You know, like we are not even sure. Stuff like that, we get to know what happens in Africa. So from there, that collective work that all communities have as an assignment, that's what will put us on a globe scene. I think it is even happening now. Because now, in my country, they are writing about the Electricity Comedy Circuit. In Uganda, they are doing so. Why? I'm here, Dr. Harry is here, Nigerians are talking about it. After elections,
after?
If they are not, the election happened. It was something that went boom. Like
erections in
there.
Kenya is something different.
Oh, you say erection or election?
So you were elected. And
what is this saying?
Erection.
Anyway, to add hapo, kuongeza hapo.
I wanted to end on the point that it is up to us here,
sure,
and others who are not yet here, but maybe those the big guys up. And the one who are like the younger generations, just to make sure that we maximize on our stories. Thank you.
Welcome.
Jafet ameongea kitu kimoja hapo. Naongeza tu. Ametoa mfano rahisi tu wa Nigerian music and Afrobeat ilivyo take over. Binafsi naona I can say it's like dunia imeamua kutusikiliza this time. Africans wametaka kuwa Waafrika na wamekubali Uafrika wao. Tofauti na zamani. Nowadays unaona kaona playlist yote I mean 20 songs maybe zote ni from Africa. Hicho kitu 10 years akikuwepo unaelewa. So it's like tumejikubali and the world iko tayari kutusikiliza. I think tuko kwenye sehemu sahihi mno. And mimi nawaambia kitu kimoja, hii platform ambayo Tricky leo anaifanya inaweza ikateki muda mfupi sana ku blow up duniani. Alafu kitu ambacho watu mnaweza msi-expect, lakini mimi naiona kabisa hiyo nafasi.
Wow, oh my goodness. Ya mwisho. Thank you.
Are you guys maybe you are familiar with the selective outrage happening here?
Yeah.
It's my role model.
Are we ready as Africans to deal with such a moment as comedians? Are you ready to deal with such a moment to happen here?
What do you mean by
so I host a comedy club in Lagos every week, you know, and so after the whole Oscars and then Chris was slapped by Will, so some guys come to the comedy club, hey, you saw what happened to that guy, if you pick on us again we're going to slap. I'm like, that's America. If I'm on stage, you come at me, I will beat you up. I'm not even capping. I said I will drop the microphone. I will beat you up. And the guy's like, no, go ahead. Yeah, this is not America, and this is Africa. We also have cultural respect. In as much as I can throw a jab at you, and then you get angry. You can come to me after the show. When I'm doing the show, you come at me. Forget we're doing the show. I'll drop the mic. I will beat the hell out of you. And then I'll go viral after then, so it's fine.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. We have talked a lot. I don't need to add on anything. It's happening tonight, guys. Just prepare yourselves to have a very good, well-packaged comedy night.
Prepare your ribs as well.
Yes, by the way, we have a doctor here to repair your ribs after we have broken them. Nalimi is prepared.
Yeah.
Mabeba mikoba migapi ya jokes? Tisa. Guy from Rwanda is ready for you guys. I know these guys. They are the finest. When I was going for this, I considered that ni watu waui. Let me speak in that. Ni watu waui. Because I know our audience. Our audience expects the best. They have heard all jokes since Kitambo. So they expect the best, and I trust this team. And tonight, we are going to write history. So be prepared. Let's meet at Nairobi Cinema. ulizia mapema Nairobi Cinema iko wapi kwa wale ambao hawajaipata. Nairobi Cinema iko hapo Archives ama hapo mbele ya Supreme Court hapo hivyo. Nyuma ya Kencom. Sorry, Archives unavuka. Ukisema Archives from 6 p.m. very big guys will be in the house, so show haitachelewa sana. So make sure tumefika 6 p.m. by 11 the latest tumemalizana na show, tuende sherehe yetu ya Friday.
Alright, thank you guys. God bless.
Thank you so much for coming through. Asanteni sana.